Guys, there is a Metroid Prime 4 demo out right now. Now, you can't currently get it on consoles, of course. Like, you can't just play it on your Switch 2. You got to get up and go to the store. Yeah, because right now, I guess they're all available in, like, Targets, Walmarts, GameStops, stuff like that. Best Buy, probably. But yes, you can go to your local store that has the Switch 2 demo kiosk and play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So this is the same demo if you went to the Switch 2 event or really any other major event this year where Nintendo was at. You probably played this if you traveled, but if not, you have the opportunity to play it near your house or home, wherever you live, because it is now in stores. But anyways, enough yapping. Let's talk about my experience with this, because it's been kind of unusual. This is the third demo I got to try out before a game released for Switch 2 so far. I did Donkey Kong, Hyrule Warriors, and now this. And I will say, this is on the same playing field as Donkey Kong for me. When I played the Donkey Kong demo, I kind of had my eyes open. I was already excited for the game, of course, being a 3D platformer made by the Odyssey team, but like after playing the demo, it really solidified. And of course, as a huge Metroid fan, I even just recently replayed the Prime trilogy to get ready for this game. I jumped into this demo already excited for the game, but I came out enthusiastic, man. Now, I actually drug my wife here. You can see her through the reflection to record my gameplay for me. Yes, she's awesome, so shout out to Nintendo wife. But yeah, I pretty much played the entire demo and got to experience what this game is like. And I'm just telling you right now, off the bat, the first thing I realized is just how beautiful the game is. It is stunning, dude. And maybe it's just because I'm coming off of the old Prime games. But even after playing Prime Remastered, which looks insane, this game looks beautiful. I mean, it is genuinely so far the best looking experience you can play on Switch 2. But like I said, outside of that remaster, it's a pretty big jump going from the GameCube games and the Wii game all the way to the Switch 2 Metroid Prime 4 so many years later, which is insane. But dude, this game just looks next gen. It is honestly the first game that made me say, all right, this is a Switch 2 game. I didn't even feel that with Donkey Kong. I definitely didn't feel that with Zelda Hyrule Warriors and really Pokemon Legends EA, anything else that I played so far, even Mario Kart World. I did not feel it make me say, oh my gosh, I'm playing a Switch 2 title. This feels like it. It feels next level, dude. Like, it's just that clean. Now, I played with a Pro controller. I didn't do Joy-Con mode or like the mouse mode or anything like that. And that's how I played Metroid Prime Remaster with the Pro controller, and it's just buttery smooth. Something else that I noticed right away is just the animation with all the characters. It just seems fine-tuned to just be so smooth and perfect. You know, when you play Metroid Prime 1 through 3, you jump into Morph Ball. It was kind of just simultaneous when you press the button. It's just like, whoop, oh, she's in a Morph Ball. Whoop, oh, nope, now she's backing out. You know, you don't really have that. There's like little frames of animation showing her dive into the Morph Ball, jump out of the Morph Ball, just showing, you know, more of the outside third person of her suit more when you jump in and out of situations like that. It's so good. But perhaps one of my favorite parts was just the quick dash you can do. If you tap the B button, I believe, which is your jump button, twice really fast and aiming in a direction, you can, of course, dodge to the left and right really quick, which is a huge improvement from the original, in my opinion, where you had to just quickly tap B. This time you just, you know, tap it twice and you're going to always do that quick movement. And you can do it forward and backward this time around, which just feels so good just dashing around and shooting enemies. It's been a while since I played the remaster of Prime 1, so I can't remember exactly what that control scheme was like, but using missiles with R1 is so satisfying. Like, it just works so well. And the new lock-on mechanic, where you can like lock onto something but also freely aim in that locked-on area, is new and unique. And there's like even a couple doors that you got to take out by locking on and using that aim. And I don't know, you know, if it's going to be used for bigger puzzles or, you know, different boss battles later on, but I thought it was really well done. Even scanning the environment, I thought was really well done. It feels satisfying. There's just like a smoothness to it. You can see the characters move around and you scan them and it kind of like pans and zooms in on them and kind of gives you a better look at the overview stats of that thing that you scanned, and it's just really smooth. And that's just what's so impressive so far. The presentation, it's just, it looks smooth, it runs smooth, it's a beautiful looking game. To be completely honest with you, I didn't even stop to really check or see what mode it was running under. Like, was this the 120 mode or is this just the 64K mode? I have no clue, because I was just so eager to play the game, I didn't even check. If I had to guess, I wanted to guess it was the 4K mode. Like, I felt like it could have ran a little smoother. I don't know, but either way, it was awesome. The thing is, I've seen all these cutscenes and this whole opening section 100 times now, but after playing it, it felt so different. And first I was like, this first boss didn't seem that interesting. Like, he has very basic attacks and stuff. I was like, this looks like a pushover boss. And I really just thought the, you know, employee on the Nintendo Treehouse event was just horrible, which I still think he was, because I definitely felt myself doing a lot better than he was. But battling Abarax was actually pretty fun. You can tell this is supposed to be first boss material, you know, to get you situated with how to fight bosses and stuff. But I think it's done excellently well. I mean, there's so many little things that you have to do, like learning how to quick boost out of the way, learning how to double jump over, you know, giant lasers, or turn into a morph ball to get underneath those giant lasers. Just really well done, honestly. And the whole time, I just can't stop looking at the surrounding environment. Like, you can look at the windows above you in this boss battle, and you can see the rain just sliding down the windows and stuff. It really just screams next gen. I love this. In fact, I can't believe that this is a game that's coming to Switch 1. Obviously, it's not going to look anywhere near as good as it does on Switch 2, and run anywhere near as good as it does on Switch 2, but I just could not believe that this wasn't just a Switch 2 game, and I kind of wish it was. Of course, I want this game to get as many sales as it can, so it's best for sales, but I just kind of wish this was just a big Switch 2 exclusive game towards the end of this year. I'm telling you right now, get this freaking game. And in case if you're wondering like why I was comparing it to Donkey Kong Bonanza, let me tell you why. Because when I played the other demos, Hyrule Warriors felt okay. Like, it wasn't anything special. When I got done with the demo, I was just kind of like, all right, you know, that's Hyrule Warriors. But when I got done with the Donkey Kong demo, I couldn't stop. Like, I actually went back and played the demo like 3 more times. I'm not necessarily in that same boat where I want to play this same demo 3 more times. I'm more along the lines of like, dude, I'm genuinely counting down the seconds until this game comes out. Like, I need to play more. I mean, I knew I only had like 20 minutes to get through the demo, so I tried to push it as fast as I could, but I really just wanted to stop and start scanning everything like you should in a Metroid Prime game, and I just found myself doing that, just like putting on the scan visor, looking around, and just taking in the environment. And it's so much more fun to scan things when you have such an amazing looking game graphically like this. It makes you want to scan things. It makes you want to take in every asset, every object, every creature, every human, everything. And that's just what I wanted to do. Like, I could just picture myself spending hours in each area, just taking it in and, you know, dissecting the lore, you know, learning about everything, scanning everything that's possible. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that I fell in love with this game a lot more. Also, the map. I didn't get to do much with it. You know, it gives you a little tiny map for the beginning of the game, but it looks so much, you know, more fine-tuned. It's like even more 3D, if that makes sense, than ever. You can clearly spin the map and see exactly where you are. I know that's been kind of an issue with some past games, especially something like Metroid Prime 3 with lots of verticality. There's lots of elevators and stuff where a lot of the floors can, you know, get messed up when you're trying to spin the map and track the hallways and see where you are and where you need to go and stuff. I feel like it's going to be a lot better handled with this map. The rims feel bigger, more spaced out, and it's easier to spin the map and see where you are. But yeah, I even checked out the map a little bit. It shows you how deep I was into this demo. But yes, if you're on the fence about this game, I recommend going out and trying the demo. It's not a lot of gameplay, but it's enough to give you a feel as to how the game is going to feel, what it's going to look like, and I think it might just be enough to make you say, hey, if you were on the fence before, you're gonna want this game, because I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a huge title for Nintendo at the end of this year. Whether you're a Metroid fan or not, I really recommend trying this game out, even if you're on the fence about it, because dude, I just want to play more, honestly. But thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and you're a huge Metroid fan or just excited for Prime 4, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be talking nonstop about Prime 4 when it drops. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys.